Paper number 49. Question number 66 to 70. Now in this question number 66 to 70, it is based on quant-based reasoning, wherein the ages were also given. Now, there are 8 people, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. They all were born on different years, 47, 53, 58 and so on, but not necessarily in the same order. And 43 and 47 and so on, hence first let us write down the years. 1947, next one is 53, 58, all these were given in the ascending order. If at all if they were not given in the ascending order, then you should write down this one in an ascending order. 58, 67, 74, 82, 82, 94 and 2002, isn't it? At the same time, base year calculation is done with respect to the present year, that is 2017. Now calculation has been done with the help of the base year 2017. Now with the help of this 2017, tell me the ages of these persons. The person who was born in 1947 and his age by 2017 will be how much? 47 plus 53, isn't it? 2000 plus 17, 53 plus 17, that is 70. Age. Now this is the age. And 47 to 53, how many ages? Incremented by 6 years plus 6, hence the age must be 6 years minus. 70 minus 6 is how much? 64. And the next one, 53 to 58 plus 5, here it must be minus 5, this must be 59. And the next one, 58 to 67, increased by how much? Plus 9, here it must be minus 9, 50. And 67 to 74 plus 7, here minus 7, 43. And 74 to 82, what is the difference here? 8 years, 43 minus 8, it is 35. And 82 to 94, 12. 35 minus 12, 23, 94 to 2 is 2002, 8 years, year minus 3, it will be 15. Now these are the ages of these persons. Clear? Years, the base year 2017, hence if you write this one in an ascending order, then we can able to write the ages in a single shot. Then, what is the other information here? The difference between the ages of A and C is a perfect cube. A and C, it is a perfect cube. And D's age is a multiple of 5, but D is not the oldest. D is not 70, D can be either 50 or 35 or 15. There are 3 different possibilities. And D is not the oldest person. The difference of age of between D and A is equals to the age of D. Now, the difference of age between D and A is equals to the age of D. What can you infer from this one? Yes, what are the ages of these 2 persons, D and A? Now these 2 persons, the ages of D and A must be double to each other, isn't it? Why it is double here? Because the ages of these 2 persons, D minus age between D and A equals to D. D minus A equals to D, hence 2D equals to A, isn't it? Now among these ages, 70, 64, 59, 50 and so on. 15 into 2, 30, it is not there. 23 into 2, 46 is not there. 35 into 2, 70 is there. As 35 into 2, 43 into 2, 86 is nowhere. Hence, no sir, what is the answer here? Either D and A. What is the age of A? A is 70 and D is 35. Clear now? Now we have started from this one. Then, the difference between the age of A and C is a perfect cube. A and C is a perfect cube. A is 70, 70 minus 64. What is the number here? 70 minus 64, it is not a perfect cube. 70 minus 59, 21 is not a perfect cube, isn't it? 11. 11 is not a perfect cube. And 70, 50, 20 is not a cube. 70, 43, 7 and 27 is a perfect cube. 70 and 35, 35 is not a cube. 70 and 23, 70 and 23, what is the difference here? 70 and 23, 40. 47 is not a perfect cube. 70 and 15, that is 40, 55 is not a cube. Hence, what is the only perfect cube here? 70 and 43. As 70 and 43, this 43 must be how much? This who is the, what is the age of this C? C must be 43. Now we can able to determine the ages of these 3 persons, isn't it? A and C. And D's age is a multiple of 5, but is not the oldest. C is a multiple of 5, but is not the oldest. D's age. Multiple of 5, but not the, so anyhow, D's A's already been done. Next one, D and A is equal to the age of D. Age of F is equal to the difference between D and G. F equals to D and G. F is equals to D and G. Then what should be the value of this G? D is 35 and 35 minus 15. 35 minus 15, tell me what is the answer. 35 minus 15 is 20. Is it there? No. And 35 minus 23 is not there. And 35 minus 43 is not there. And 50 minus 35 is there or not? 50 minus 35. And 50 minus 35 is 15. Hence, what is the age of this F? The age of F equals to the age of the difference between the ages of D and G. G and D is 50 minus 35 is 15. That is the age of this F. Because this D is fixed at this 35. And 35 and 59, 24 is not there. And similarly, 35 and 64 is not there. 35 and 70 difference is not there. This is the only possibility for this. And B is the second youngest. As B is the second youngest, what is his age? 23 years old. And all of them, difference of B and H is a perfect. B and H is a perfect square. H can be either 64 and 59, out of which B is 23. 59 minus 23, 9 minus 3 is 6, 5 minus 2 is 3, isn't it? Hence 36. Hence, what is the age of H? H is 59. If H is 59, then who is the person left over? E is 64. Clear? Earlier, this type of questions were given at least 3 to 4 times. Not exactly this one, that exact question we already done earlier. And this is about question number 66 to 70. Yes, write on this final arrangement here, 66 to 70. Now here, rather than starting with this one, A and C is a perfect cube, now we have started with this one, because by doing so we can able to fix the age of D. If the age of D is fixed, then what happens here? Then A's can also be fixed. A and D were fixed, then the difference of these A's. These A and C is a perfect cube, then we can able to determine the age of C as well. And 66 to 70. Next one. After this 66 to 70, 71 onwards. 71. 30 people are standing in a straight line facing north. Question number 71. 30 people are facing in a straight line. 30 people are standing in a straight line facing north. A is 17th from the left, B is 20th from the right, 17 and 20th. And 11 people are in between B and C. Then how many people are there in between A and C? Clear? Now question number 71. Now in this question number 71, what is the information here? 30 people are standing in a straight line. A is 17th from the left. As A is 17th from the left, how many persons are there to the left hand side of A? 16. A is 17. And B is 20th from the right end. As B is 20th from the right end, now here. Now let us take for example, there is no person in between B and A. Now first we are finalizing what? Whether A is to the left of B or B is to the left of A, we are working on that one, isn't it? If B is to the right hand side of A, now let us take for example, there is no person in between A and B, that is the least possibility. And what is the position of this B from the right? And B is 20th from the right, and so there must be at least 19 persons to the right hand side of this. Then if you take in this case, if there is no person between A and B, and A is to the immediate left of B, how many persons do we need at least? We should have 19 plus 16, 35 plus 2, at least we should have 37 persons. But whereas we cannot have 37 because the total number of persons are 30. As the total is 30, hence A is not to the left of B. Then whatever this B, B is to the left of A. Clear now? Now this B is to the left of A. As this B is to the left of A, then whatever the position of B, tell me, B is 20th from the right. As B is 20th from the right, isn't it? And so how many persons are there to the right hand side of A? 18. B is 20th from the right, and this person is 18, and A is 17th from the left. A is 17th from the left hand side of B, how many persons are there? There must be 15. Hence in total 18 plus 5, 23 plus 2, 25, 18 plus 15, 33 plus 2, 35 members are there. But whereas we need to have how many persons? We need to have only 30 persons. Hence there must be some gap between these two. How many persons should be there between these two? Yes, tell me what is the answer you are getting in this case? చెప్పండి 5 వచ్చిందా 4 వచ్చిందా 4 వచ్చిందా 4 చాయిస్ ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి 4 మీకు 4 వచ్చిందా అని అడిగా చాయిస్ చెప్పమని లేదు చాయిస్ నా దగ్గర కూడా ఉంది చెప్పండి నౌ ఆర్ యూ గెటింగ్ 4 or 5 ఐ నీడ్ దట్ క్లారిఫికేషన్ 4 వచ్చిందమ్మా రాలేదా ఎందుకు రాదు 4 Now 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take in between these two, I'll explain why it can be 4 or 5. Now in this one between B and A, we are going for according to the choice 4. If choice 4 were there, how many persons are there to the right hand side of B? 19. And out of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 plus how many? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now B is 20th from the right. And A is 17th from the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons were already there. And 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then count the total number of persons. 11 plus 14, 25. 25 plus how many? 11 plus 14, 25 plus 2. 25 plus 2, 27. 27 plus 4, how much? 31. Isn't it? Hence, can we have 4 members in between? No, we cannot have. Why can't we have 4 persons between? If we have 4 persons, then we are getting 31 persons. Yes, so how many of you got 31? 4? ఇంతకుముందు ఎవరో చెప్పారు అక్కడ నుంచి 4 అని ఎలా వచ్చింది 4 వచ్చిందా 4 చెక్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది ఇక్కడ హియర్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 31 నౌ సార్ బికాస్ ఒక్కసారి చూడండి నో నీడ్ టు రైట్ డౌన్ ది ఎంటైర్ ప్రాసెస్ వై ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ యూ వెదర్ యూ గాట్ 4 ఆర్ నాట్ బికాస్ ద చాయిస్ వాజ్ గివెన్ యాజ్ 4 బట్ వేర్ బై రైటింగ్ డౌన్ దిస్ వన్ ఐ గాట్ దట్ 5 యాజ్ ద ఆన్సర్ వై ఐ గాట్ 5 నౌ సార్ 15 ప్లస్ 18 హౌ మెనీ 33 plus 2 35. How many persons should be there? Only 30 should be there. How many persons more? 5. All these 5 must be in between these two. అయిపోయింది ఇంకా రాయవలసిన పనే లేదు అందుకే నేను అడిగా 4 వచ్చిందా 5 వచ్చిందా 5 వస్తుంది the number of because we cannot add the persons we cannot delete the persons isn't the total number of persons must be 30. Now this is the least case we have taken. What is the least case? If there is no person between B and A, that is the least possible case. Then how many are we getting here? Then we are getting 35. And 5 members are more than this one. Those 5 members must be in between these two. That means those 5 members must be intersecting between these two. That 5 must be added to this 20 and added to this 17 as well. Then we will get only 5. Explain cheyamantaru malli 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and A. 5 persons in between B and A. Now B is 20th and 20th 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and this is 13 and whatever this A and A is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and this is 10. Then count 10 plus 13, 23 plus 2, 25 plus 5, 30. Then you will get 30. How many persons are there in between these two? Choice 1 is the answer, 71. Now the same concept I explained in between A and C. Friend. Now between A and B, C okkudu unnara malli. Then now B and C. B is 20th from the right hand. 11 people stand between B and C. If 11 people stand between B and C, now B is here and C must be left hand side or right hand side? Right hand side because left hand side there are only 10 persons. Then and B and C must be somewhere here 11 persons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6 plus how much? 6 plus 5, 11. A and C is the 11th person. Hence in between how many persons? Then 4 persons. Saripotunda? Now what is the final arrangement here? Now the question is about and how many persons are there in between A and C. Now A and C. What is the final arrangement we got here? In between A and B there are 5. If B is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A and C there are 5. And to the left hand side of B how many persons we have? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And to the right hand side of A how many persons? 13. Isn't it? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and 13. Now between B and C, how many persons are there in between B and C? Between B and C 11. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons were already there. 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Isn't it? 11. Then A will be here. Sorry, C will be here. And because there are 5 persons in between A and C. Then if there are 5, then what is the answer here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And how many persons are there in between A and C? There are 5 persons in between A and C. Clear now? Hence, what is your answer here? Choice 1 is the answer. And this is about question number 71. As 72 to 75, as numbers please, 71 to 76. Answer strong one. Then 72 to 76. Shall I explain any question out of this? Then 77, 77. 78 to 80. Because we are at the most left with only 22 minutes, isn't it? Hence I am asking you the question numbers rather than straight away explaining each and every question. Yes, tell me what should be explained next one. 80, 81 to 85. Now question numbers 81 to 85. What is given in this one, 81 to 85? Now 81 to 85, in an apartment there are 8 employees, MNO, PQR, SNT, live in 10-story building in which 2 floors are vacant. Out of these 10 floors, only 8 persons are staying, 2 floors are vacant. And ground floor is first floor, 10th floor is top floor, and so on. They all working in different companies, HCL, LG, and so on, isn't it? Then, in total, how many floors are there? There are some 10 floors, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hence, in total, we have some 10 floors. The one who works in Infosys lives just above the one who works in CSC, isn't it? Both vacant floors. Both vacant floors is even number floor, but not on floor number 4, but not on floor number 2. Hence, vacant floors can be 4, 6, or 6 or 8, or 4 or 8, isn't it? And T does not live on the first floor. The one who works in CP lives on odd number floor, but below O who works in HP. There are 2 floors between the one who works in CP and the vacant floor, and Q lives just above the vacant floor. Next, now sir, Q is just about what? About the vacant floor. And Q lives above the vacant floor, just above. Q lives just above the vacant floor, just above on one vacant floor. The one who works in CTS lives on 7th floor. Now we are talking about whom? The person who is working in CTS is living on 7th floor. This is a definite information. One floor is just above from O. One vacant floor is just above O. One vacant floor is just above O. Vacant floor is just above O. And below this Q, there is a vacant floor. Above this O, there is a vacant floor. Above O, vacant floor, and below this Q, there is a vacant floor, isn't it? Then, next one. One vacant floor is just above O. The one who works in HP lives on odd number floor, but below 7th floor. R does not, and HP is living on what? And below 7th floor, odd number, it could be either 135, 135. R does not live on the 2nd floor. R is not on the 2nd floor. And there is one floor between T and N. N lives which either on the 1st floor or on the top floor. N is either living on the 1st floor or on the top floor, isn't it? And there is one floor between T and N. And T lives below. T lives below O, as T is living below O and on odd number floor. And on odd number floor, then what should the position of this N? T lives below O and an odd number floor, and this T N must be on a 1st floor. If N is on the 1st floor, T must be here between T and N. And T lives below O and an odd number floor. M lives just above the floor on which the person TCS, who lives on above the vacant floor. The person who is working on the TCS is living on the above vacant floor. There is one floor between both the vacant floors. One floor between both the vacant floors, it could be either 4 or 6 or 6 or 8, because vacant floor is an even number floor. And P lives just above the vacant floor but not below the 8th floor. Now, sir, P is living on above 8th floor, but whereas below this P, there is a vacant floor. Hence, what should be the position of this P? P must be at the 9th floor. And this P is living on where? P is living on just above the vacant floor. This is a vacant floor. If this is vacant floor and two floors and vacant floors are in the alternate basis, this is again a vacant floor. Hence, two vacant floors we have fixed. As two vacant floors are fixed, then this O is just below the vacant floor, O is just below the vacant floor, and O is just below the vacant floor, and Q is what? Q is just above the vacant floor. Hence, what are the positions of these? And Q must be here, just above the vacant floor, and O is just below the vacant floor. Done with this? Then, but not below the 8th floor. There are two floors between the one who works in CTS and LG. CTS and LG, there must be how many? There must be exactly two. Exactly two. LG can be either here or LG can be here. There are two in between these two. The one who works in LG lives above T, and LG lives just above T. LG lives above T, and as T is at this place, LG must be at this place. Now we have fixed this one. Now let us go through the information once again, because we have not considered the entire information, isn't it? Now we have focused only on the vacant floors, and we have fixed those vacant floors. Next one. The one who works in Infosys lives just above the one who works in CSC. Infosys is just above CSC, and these two must be adjacent to each other, and Infosys is just above CSC. Infosys and CSC can be either 9 and 10, next one, or 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, isn't it? Both vacant floors is an even number floor, but not on second. T does not live on the first floor. The one who works in CP lives on odd number floor below O. CP, odd number floor below O. Where should that one? That must be on the third floor. And on an odd number floor, but below O, O who works in HP. Now this O who works in HP, and this CP is what? And CP is below this O, odd number floor, and this CP can be either the first floor or on the third floor, isn't it? There are two possibilities or not? Odd number floor below O. O is living on the 5th floor. O who works in HP. There are two floors between the one who works in CP and vacant floor. CP and vacant floor, there must be exactly two. If CP is on the first floor and two floors between these two, fourth one is not a vacant floor, that is ruled out. Hence, where should this CP? CP must be at this place, isn't it? As CP is said, there are two floors between these two vacant. This is a vacant floor, and between these two there are two floors. And Q lives just above. Now, sir, Infosys and CSC, where can we fix these to Infosys and CSC? Again, either 10 and 9 or 1 and 2, these two are remained intact. And Q lives just above one vacant floor. The one who works in CTS lives on 7th floor. One vacant floor is just above O. The one who works in HP lives on an even number floor but below 7th floor. HP, odd number floor but below 7th floor. HP, odd number floor but below 7th floor. It could be either 5th floor, 3rd floor, or 5th floor or 3rd floor. HP is already on the 5th floor, isn't it? Say 5th floor. R does not live on the 2nd floor, and there is one floor between T and N. Well, N is either on the first or on the top floor. T lives below O, N on the odd number floor. T, odd number floor below O. M lives just above the one on which TCS works, and M lives just above the one. M lives just above the floor on which the one who works in TCS. M is just above the floor on which TCS, and this TCS who lives on above the vacant floor. Now TCS lives above the vacant floor, this person must be TCS. If this is TCS, then whatever this one, this must be M. If this is M, Infosys and CSC must be adjacent to each other, then what is the only possibility? Infosys is on the 2nd floor, and the person who is working on in CSC is living on the 1st floor. Clear now? Hence, what else is left over here? And only one more company is left over, isn't it? M lives just above, and R does not live on the 2nd floor, and so R must be here. Then who is the person left over here? S is the person left over, and is living on the 2nd floor. And again, coming to these companies, and only one company is left over. What is that one? HCL. And the person who is working in HCL is living on the 10th floor. Clear now? Earlier, we used to have the statements one after the other in a constructive manner, but whereas now we are combining these two. Some information from this one and this one, we are combining these two, and hence we are segregating them. How to segregate? Now we have focused on what? First the vacant floors. Then we have checked out with the companies. And this is about question numbers 81 to 85. Yes, write down this arrangement 81 to 85. Then 86 to 90. Is question numbers 86 to 90. Done with this 86 to 90? '86 to 90, I'll explain that. That's it. Now question numbers 86 to 90. Now in this one, what is given in this one? 8 friends QRST, W, X, Y and Z attend the seminar in the months of January and March, but not necessarily in the same order. In each month, the seminar was conducted on 8, 11, 15 and 19. Isn't it? 8, 11, 15 and 19. Now let us start from this one. Jan. How many dates are there in this Jan? 8, 11 and what is the other? 15, 19. Jan, 8, 11, 15, 19. And what is the next month here? And in the month of March also 8, 11, 15, 19. And there are 8 persons on different dates. Attend the seminar on different dates. 8, 11, 15, 19. Then what is the next information here? Again in this one also March 8, March 11, March 15 and March 19. Then only one person attend the seminar on these given dates. Q attend the seminar either on 15th Jan or 15th March. Whatever this Q is on either 15th March or 15th Q is either 15th Jan or 15th March. Hence, there are 2 possibilities. We are representing these 2 possibilities simultaneously. And Q attend the seminar on either 15th Jan or 15th March. There is only one person attend the seminar between Q and T. One person between Q and T here, T will be here. Now in this case, T can be either here or T can be here. There are 2 possibilities in case 1, and in case 2 there are 2 possibilities in one possibility. And there are 2 persons attend between T and R. As there are 2 persons between T and R, in this case R can be either here or R can be here. And in this case, R can be either at this place, R can be here or R can be here. There are n number of possibilities to this. And between T and R, there are 2 persons, and there is 1 person between R and S. 1 person between R and S. S attend the seminar on 11th of any month. S is on 11th of any month. As S is on 11th of any month, either March or Jan. As S is on 11th of any month or March and 1 person between S and W. There are as many persons attend the seminar between W and Y as between Y and Z. X did not attend the seminar on the 8th of January. Now let us start with this one S. S attend the seminar on 11th of either March or Jan. If S is 11th or if S is at this place, 11th March and 11th Jan. And similarly here also S is either 11th March or 11th Jan. S can be either 11th of Jan or 11th of March. 11th of Jan or 11th of March. Then if S is on the 11th Jan, S1, now let us take S11, 11th of March. In this one also S1 Jan and S2 let us consider, because possibilities were more in this. Then afterwards, what is the other information we have? Between S and W. Between S and W, how many persons are there? There is only 1 person between S and W. as there is only one person between S and W, if S is here, then W must be at this place, W1. Or if S is here, either W can be either here or here, isn't it? S2, W2, W2, I have taken this in order to differentiate between these two. Then between S and W, in this case W1 must be at this place, and in this case W2 can be either here or here. And next one, what is the other information here? There are two persons between T and R, and there is only one person attend the seminar between Q and T. One person between Q and T, and two persons between T and R. Two persons between T and R, if you take for this one, two persons between T and R. Now in this one, where should this T be in the first one? And one person between T and Q and T. Only one person between Q and T, either on here or here, isn't it? Q attend the seminar on 15th Jan or 15th March, and there is only one person attend the seminar between Q and T, one person between Q and T, one person between Q and T. There are two persons attend the seminar between T and R. There are two persons between the seminars between T and R. If T is at this place, now I am talking about this one, if T is here, and how many persons between T and R? There are two persons between T and R, and T and R must be at this place, isn't it? If T is here, R will be here, or if T is here, R can be either here or here. Then again, then in this case, and T, what should be the position of this T? T can be either at this place or, sorry, R. R can be either at this place or R can be either at this, because there are two persons between T and R, and there is one person between R and S. Two persons between T and R, and one person between R and S, and this is what the possibility we can have, isn't it? T S blank R. T S blank R, and what is the other possibility here? If T is here, two persons between T and R, and one person between R and S, this is another possibility. Between T and R, two persons, R and S, one person, and the possibility is T S blank R or T blank blank R blank S, isn't it? T blank blank R blank S. Why are we taking this way? Because we have n number of possibilities for more. Then we can able to try to adjust this one. Then if you come to with this, now in this one, if you take T at this place, then blank blank, then R will be here, isn't it? Blank blank. In this case, it is not possible. T S blank R is not possible because Q is already there at this place. Hence, I am directly going to this one. T blank blank, T blank blank R. This will be R. If this is R, and the next one is what? Next one is S. T blank blank R S. We have taken this information here, because this case is not possible in the case of T on Jan, isn't it? Then in this case what happens here, as T is already here, and this is the only thing which is possible. T S blank R. T S blank R, is it possible? Hence this case is completely ruled out. Now we are left with only this case. Though we have n number of possibilities, now we can able to finalize the possibility like this by taking these two cases. Follow avutunnara leda? T S blank R or T blank blank R blank S. Then in this case, tell me. Then Q attend the seminar on 15th March. There was one person between Q and T, and there are two persons attend between T and R. T and R, there is one person between R and S. R and S1, S attend the seminar on 11th, S on 11th of March, and one person between S and W, one person between S and W. Hence, where should this W? W must be at this place. And one person between S and W. Next one. There are as many persons between W and Y, between Y and Z. W and Y equals to Y and Z. W and Y equals to Y and Z. This Y must be in common between W and Z, isn't it? As W is here, can Y be at this place? If Y is here, then Z must be on 11th of March, which is not possible. Hence, Y cannot be here. Can Y be at this place? If Y is here, and between Y and Z and Y and W and Y, Y and Z, which is not possible, isn't it? Hence, what is the possibility here? And this Y must be here. Between W and Y, there are two persons. Y and Z, there must be two persons. Then who is the person left over here? X is the person left over. This is X. Clear? Rather than starting with the possibilities, try out to work out like this. And this is about question numbers 86 to 90. And what is the final order here? TZ, QR, YX, XW. TZ, QR, YS, XW is the order. And this is about question numbers 86 to 90. The next one, number please, 93 to 95. Then question numbers 93 to 95. Now 93 to 95. Now in this question numbers 93 to 95, what is the information here? There are 7 family members. Who are those 7 family members? P, Q, R, S, T, U and V, and standing in a ground in which there are 2 married couples. As there are 2 married couples, tell me how many persons got married? 4 persons got married. Among these 8 persons, 4 persons got married, and the remaining 3 are unmarried. And P is the sister of Q. And next one, P is the sister of Q. P is the sister of Q. How to represent this one? P is the sister of Q. P is the sister of Q. Q is the maternal grandson of T. Now this Q is the maternal grandson. That means T's daughter's son is Q. And T is the maternal grandson. And this T is here. And this T is having a daughter. And this daughter's children are P and Q. Are you following this one or not? Then next one. And P is the sister of Q. Q is the maternal grandson of T. And maternal grandson of T. Maternal grandfather of Q is standing 3 meters to the right of Q. Q is facing north. We can take it outwards. First let us finalize this arrangement. The father of S. S is having a father. The father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. Has 2 maternal grandchildren means where should this S? S must be in this place. And who are the 2 grandchildren? These 2 P and Q are the grandchildren. And so whatever this S, S is the child of this T. Are you agreeing this one or not? S is. And this S is having a father. Whether that father is T or someone else, that is not known as of now. And V is standing. V is facing north. V is standing forth to the south of maternal grandson of U. U is having a maternal grandson. As U is having a maternal grandson, and this T and U are married couple. Isn't it? T and U are married couple. And out of which the gender is not known. S is 2 meters to the maternal grandson. S is 2 meters to the right of V. P is 1 meter to the south of S. And 1 meter to the west of U. R is the sister-in-law of V. R is the sister-in-law of V. And standing to the north of her mother. And who is standing to the north of her mother? R is to the north of her mother. And R himself is the sister-in-law. And so these 2 persons are siblings to each other. Then R is the sister-in-law of whom? R is the sister-in-law of V. That means this V must be married to S. Now check out how many couples are there? 1, 2, 2 couples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 persons were there. And R is the sister-in-law of V. And standing 9 meters. V is the father of P. V is the father of P. Anyhow we got this one. V is the father of P. And U is a female. As U is a female, U is the mother of V, S and R. And T is the father of S and R. And this is about the family tree of these 7 persons. Then we need to arrange them in the directions. Now P is, whatever this P here, there are 7 members. The father of S has 2 maternal. P is the sister of Q, maternal grandson. Maternal grandfather of Q is standing 3 meters to the right of Q. And maternal grandfather, who is the maternal grandfather? T is 3 meters to the right of Q. And T is 3 meters to the right of Q can be written like this. T is 3 meters to the right of Q. Q is facing north. Q is facing north. The father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. V is facing north. V is 4 meters to the south of U. V is 4 meters to the south of U. Tell me how to write this one. Now if you take U at this place, and V is how many meters? 4 meters to the south of whom? V is 4 meters to the south of U. Hence V must be here, and this V is how many meters? 4 meters. V is 4 meters, standing 4 meters to the south of U. V is standing to the south of maternal grandson of U. And who is the maternal grandson of U? Maternal grandson of U is Q. Isn't it? Then The father of S has two maternal grandchildren. V is facing north. V is standing 4 meters to the south of. V is standing 4 meters to the south of maternal grandson of U. Who is the maternal grandson of U? And Q. Hence V is 4 meters to the south of whom? V is 4 meters to the south of Q. Isn't it? Now this V is 4 meters to the south of Q. And V is 4 meters to the south of Q. And whatever this T, and T is 3 meters to the east of, we have taken this information. And next one, V is standing 4 meters to the south of U, grandson of U. S is 2 meters to the right of V. S is 2 meters. Now whatever this S is 2 meters to the right of V. P is 1 meter to the south of S. Now this P is how many meters? 1 meters to the south of S and 1 meter to the west of U. And P is 1 meter to the west of U. And P is 1 meter to the west of U. R is the sister-in-law of V and standing 9 meters to the north of her mother. R is 9 meters to the north of U. As R is 9 meters to the north of U, 1 plus 4, 5, and R will be somewhere here, and the distance is 9 meters. R is 9 meters to the north of her mother. V is the father of V, U is a female. Clear now? And this is what the final diagram is. Clear now? Can you work out these questions or not? And this is about 93 to 95. Next, 93 to 95 done. Next one, 96 to 100. Yes, what is there in this 96 to 100? Yes, tell me how many of you have done this. Shall you discuss or not required? Now it is already 5. Now how many students are there? 12 students. 12 students, namely A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K. 12 students, A to L. K, L must also be there, isn't it? Of 12 different colleges have conferences in 6 different months. And what are the months given here? Jan, Feb, June, July, September and October on 12 different dates and 12 different days. That is, all persons have different dates. What are the dates? 9th to 20th. Now the dates are from 9th to 20th. The dates are from 9th to 20th. And so how many dates are there in total? We have some 12 dates, 12 persons. As in total 12 persons. Now these 12 persons are now 12 persons on different dates, isn't it? Then now these persons, then they are living on different floors of the ground floor of the building is so on, isn't it? Hence in total we have some, how many floors? 12 floors are there. Now starting with the 12th floor, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. In total 12 floors. Now 12 persons living on 12 different floors. 12 persons living on 12 different floors. And 12 persons living on 12 different floors. And in 6 they have attended seminars in 6 months and 2 per month on different dates. What are the dates given here? The dates are from 9 to 20th. 9 to 20th, including 9, hence 20. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6 Months 6, but where the dates are from 9 to 20 in any one of these months, not in a particular month. Clear? And 2 students, 9th to 20th of any month. Any month is clearly given, of any month. Any month, the dates are 9th to 20th, not in a particular month, isn't it? Now, sir, Jan 9th can be, and March 20th can be, isn't it? And so on. And 2 students must have conference in the same month, because 6 months were there, 2 in each, hence 2 into 6, 12. Each student stays in a hostel in different floor. The ground floor is building number 1 and so on. Now we need to identify what? Now we need to identify the date, person and the month as well. There are 3 components we need to identify in this. Then what is the first information, tell me here? Now regarding the person, and the next one is the dates, and finally the months. And the one above, that is number 2 and so on, there are 5 floors between the floors. Now sir, there are 5 floors between the persons who have conference in June. Now in June, how many persons attend? 2 persons. Now there are 5 floors between the persons who have attended in the month of June, and at the same time, and above in June, and does not occupy the floor above number 10. Hence that June cannot be above this 10, and also does not occupy the floor below number 4. It cannot be below 4, June cannot be below 4, and cannot be above 10. Hence what is the possibility? Hence June, can this June be on 10th or not? Now here he is talking about cannot be above 10. Or else, in your case, if you take like this, okay, according to your assumption, if June is at this place, this is what you are telling, right? If June is on the 9th, then 5 floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then whatever this one, another June must be 3rd, which is not at all possible, because it is lesser than 4, below this 4. Hence, June cannot be on the 9th. Hence, where should this June? Here he is talking about it cannot be more than this 10. He is not talking anything whether it can be on 10th or not, isn't it? Hence, what is the only possibility here? And is not saying that June cannot be on the 10th floor. Hence, June is here. If June is on the 10th floor, and whatever the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another June must be on the 4th floor. Clear now? How many are there in between? There are 5. There are 5 floors between the persons who are attending in the month of June. And next one, G stayed on the 2nd floor. Whatever this G stayed on the 2nd floor and has a conference on 19th. G conference 19th, isn't it? G conference 19th on the 2nd floor. The one who stayed on the 1st floor has a conference in September. 1st floor conference is September. E has a conference on the date immediately after the date. Now here he is talking about the date. E has, but not the floor. E has a date. E has a conference on the date immediately after the date on which K has a conference. Now in this one, E must be immediately after K. The dates of these two K and E must be adjacent to each other. Hence below the dates I am representing this K and E. And K has a conference. There are 2 persons live between G and H. As there are 2 persons between G and H must be on the 5th floor. There are 2 persons between G and H. And the floor number and the conference date is same for the person B. Yes, tell me what can we infer from this? And this is again very crucial point. The floor and the date is same for person B. Then tell me what could be the possible dates for this B or the possible floors of this B. 9, 10, 11, 12, because the dates are from 9 to 20 and the floors are from 1 to 12, isn't it? Hence 1 to 8 is not possible for this B. Hence this B must be either 9, 9th date, 9th floor, 10th date, 10th floor, 11th date, 11th floor, or 12th date, 12th. Hence that this B must be either 9, 10, 11, 12, only these 4. B must be on one of these 4. And the person who has a conference on 15th lives immediately below E. 15th is immediately below E. Immediately below E, who is that person? 15. 15th is immediately below E. Below E. K has a conference on one of the dates after 12 and before 16. K is after 12, before 16, it must be 13, 14, 15. Hence K must be what? K must be either 13, 14, 15. As see here, K is either 13, 14, 15, and whatever this one, E is after 15 is after E, and this E must be after this K. Hence, what is the possibility for this K? ఒక్కసారి పట్టుకోవాలి. I am talking about K, E, and this is 15. These three must be adjacent to each other, isn't it? And this K, whatever this K is here, K 15, this is 14, this must be 13, because these three persons are consecutive. As K, E, and this is 15, hence what is the value of this K? K is on 13th, isn't it? K is on 13th, and E is on 14th, and the person 15th must be below this. Have you followed this one or not? K 13th, E 14, and E is 15. Then next one. K has a conference on one of the dates after 12 and before 16. There are 4 persons between K and E. As there are 4 persons between K and E, and K has a conference in the month of June, clearly given. As K has a conference in the month of June, if K is here, and 4 persons between K and E and H must be in the same place, which is not possible, which implies that K cannot be at this place. As K cannot be here, where should this K? K must be on the 4th floor, the other zone. And K, what is the date here? Date is K is 13th zone. And there are 4 floors between whom? K and E. As K and E, there are 4 floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so where should this E? E must be on 9th, and E is on 9th, and what is the date here? 14th, and what is the month? Not specified. Regarding month, nothing has been specified. And below this 14, and who should be there? 15 is there. Now we have taken this information, K, E, and 15, we have done with this. Then there are 4 floors between K and E. K has conference in the month of June. B and I have the conference in the month which has 31 days. B and I in the month of 31 days. Hence 31 days, what are the months here? Jan, July, and October. Hence B and I must be either Jan in the same month, July or October, isn't it? Jan, July, October. Remember this information. D, who lived on floor number 11. Now here D is on floor number 11. As D is on floor number 11, B cannot be on floor number 11, isn't it? And B cannot be on floor number 9 because E is already on floor number 9. Now we are left with B can be either on the 10th floor or on the 12th floor. And can B be on the 10th floor? Yes. Can B be on the 10th floor or not? No. Why? Because this B and I must be in the month which is having 31 days. Hence as B cannot be here, B must be here. Are you agreeing this one or not? Hence B must be on the 12th floor. Now we have fixed this B as well. And B and I have the conference in the same month which has 31 days. Hence I must also be 31. Hence I cannot be here. I cannot be here. And next one, which has 31 days. D, who lived on the floor number 11, has the conference in the month which has less than 30. Less than 30 means what is that month here? Hence it must be Feb. Less than 30. Only one person lives between. Only one person lives between. Only one person lives between the 2 persons who are conference in the month of October. That means the persons who have attended in October must be in the alternate months, because there must be only one person. Alternate months, there is only one person. Hence tell me where should this one? Alternate months, October is on either 7 or 9, 8 or 6, and so on. October. And any information regarding this one? 2 persons who have conference in the month of October, they must be in the alternate places. The persons who have conference in the month of October live above the 2 of the floors above the floor number 6. Above the floor number 6 in 2 of the floors above the floor number 6. And this October must be 8 and 10 is ruled out, isn't it? And this October must be where? Alternate places above the 6th floor. Alternate places above the 6th floor. What is left over here? 9th floor and the 7th floor. Done with this? 9th and the 7th floor. Now we have done with the October as well. There are 5 floors between B and I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are 5 floors between B and I. And I must be on the 7th floor. Isn't it? There are 5 floors between There are 6 or 5. There are 6 floors between. There are 5 floors between B and I. As there are 5 floors between B and I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 floors between B and I. And this I must be where? I must be on the 6th floor. As B and I, earlier we have discussed one information. What is that information we have discussed here? B and I must be 31 days. In the month of 31 days. 31 days, either it could be Jan, October or May. Hence these two must be either Jan, October is ruled out. Now we are left with either Jan or March. B and I must be Jan or March in any order. And here also Jan and March in any order. Jan and March. And there are 6 floors between J and the percentage conference in the month of September. September and J. There must be 6 floors, and J and September, as this is September, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hence J must be 8. Is it possible or not? There are 6 floors. Or what is the other possibility here? J. If J is on the 10th floor or any one of the, or on the first floor, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fine. 1 and 8. 1 and 8 is the thing left over. The person F stays in the middle between E and C. F is between E and C. As F is between E and C, then E is here, then F is between E and C. F is between E and C. L does not have the conference in the month of June. L does not have the conference in the month of June. Remember this one. The person who has conference on 17th lives immediately above the person 20th. 17th is immediately about 20th. 17 is immediately about 20th. These two must be adjacent to each other. And H does not have the conference on 20th. As H cannot be on the 20th, 20th cannot be H, and 17 and 20th can be either CRI or BRD and the other person. 17th and I. And H does not have the conference on 20th. L does not have the conference on 16. L 16th is ruled out. There is only one person lives between the persons in the month of July. Again in the month of July there must be exactly one person. In the month of July there must be exactly one person. Tell me where should this July be? July and July at this place. As July and July at this place, isn't it? One between July and July. And whatever this one B and I, B and I must be in the month of what? In the month of Jan and March date. Jan and July. Hence this must be Jan, isn't it? Can we fix this one or not? Because 2 Julys were already here, 2 Octobers were here, 31 days July, October and Jan, October and October, July finalized, and this B and I must be in the month of Jan and Jan. Done, and this is again Jan, and this is Jan, and again what is that Jan? This must be Jan. If 2 Jans were done, 2 Julys were done, and 2 June were already completed, 2 June, and what is left over here? February and September, Feb and Sep. There is one person lives between July, and there are 4 floors between the conference on 19th and 10th. 19th and 10th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 persons. And if this is 19th, 19 and 10, there are 4. The person who has conference on 17th lives immediately above the one, 20th. 17 is immediately 20th. 17 immediately 20th. And 13, 14, E and 15, 17th is immediately 20th. 17th lives immediately above the person 20th. H does not have the conference on 20th. H does not have the conference on 20th. Hence H cannot be 20th, and this 17 and 20 must be where? 17th and 20 can be in these 2 places. Then tell me what is the place of B? Whether we can fake this B or not. The date, the floor number and the date is same for this B. As this is 12, 17th and 20th this will be finalized. Isn't it? As 17th and 20th were finalized, the person has a conference on 18th. A does not have the conference on 11th. As A does not have the conference on 11th, A is not 11th, and the person has a conference on 18th lives immediately above 11. 18 is immediately above 11. Where should this 18? 18 is immediately above 11. 18 is immediately above 11. And at the same time, what is the other information here? And between between those two persons, 6 persons between F and the September, and then J and September. As J and September, 8th floor is already filled by this F, hence this J must be here. If J is here, and this must be September. If this is September, and this must be Feb. If this is Feb, and who is left over here? L. L and this one. L and below 4 is L. As below 4 is L, L must be at this place. And L is not on 11th. As L is not on either number, L is not on 16. As L is not on 16, then who will be on 16? This person will be on 16. Then who is the person left over here? A is the person left over. And whatever this one, what is the date for this L? The date for L, this must be 9. And this is the final arrangement. Clear? So easy. The only thing is what? The lots of information is there. This is almost equal to your reading comprehension in English. Isn't it? Now on that one, you will have around 10 questions, but whereas here we have only 5 questions. But whereas everything will be the same. Okay? And this is about paper number 49. Now here is a small announcement.